The first-year player draft is only a day away. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Cardinals knocked out 10 hits as a team as they manhandled the Marlins 7-0. Steven Strasburg picked up win number 8 this year, helping Washington get by the Rays 4-1. He is currently in the top 5 in the NL in wins. The Metropolitans totaled 13 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Orioles 9-7. Hector Neris earned his 4th win out of the bullpen as the Phillies disposed of the Cubs 5-4. The Padres allowed only 5 hits in the game as they took down the visiting Braves 2-0. The Rockies totaled 11 hits as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 6-2. Ivan Nova was victorious for the 5th time this season, leading the Pirates past the Dodgers 6-3. The San Francisco Giants combined to give up just 5 hits as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 4-0. Brett Gardner made history. It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Phillies pounded out 17 hits in this one as they took down the Fish in Miami 12-4. The Diamondbacks pounded out 17 hits in this one as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 10-2. The Mets amassed 14 hits in the game as they bested the visiting Nats 12-4. Jhoulys Chacin got the win, his sixth so far this year, leading the Brewers to victory over the Pirates 7-0. The Cincinnati Reds grabbed 13 hits in the game as they cruised to the win over the Cardinals 12-4. The Mariners knocked out 12 hits as a team as they toppled the Rockies 7-1. That now makes 8 straight wins for the team. Garrett Richards got the win, throwing 8 innings, allowing 1 earned run, leading the Halos over the Dodgers 4-1. The Chicago Cubs got 11 hits overall as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 4-1. Marcus Semien launched 2 home runs and added 5 RBIs to his total as the Athletics took care of their Cross Bay rival Giants 11-0. John Axford collected his 5th win in relief, leading the Blue Jays. The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Miami Marlins racked up 11 hits as a team as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 4-3. At the start of the day, the Rays are in last place in the AL East, while the Marlins are in 4th place in the NL East. The New York Yankees had 12 hits as a team as they got the best of the visiting Mets 4-2. Entering the day's action, the Yankees sit in 2nd place in the American League East Division, and the Mets sit in 2nd place in the National League East Division. The Washington Nationals finished off a 3-game sweep as they pulverized the Braves 9-2. In the standings, the Nationals sit atop the NL East, and the Braves are at the bottom of the division. The San Diego Padres put together 10 total hits as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 3-2. As of right now, the Phillies sit in 3rd place in the National League East Division, while the Padres are in last place in the NL West. The St. Louis Cardinals totaled 13 hits as a team as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 7-6. At the start of the day, the Cubs are in 1st place in the NL Central, while the Cardinals are 3rd in the division. The Reds totaled 11 hits as they sank the visiting Buccos 5-3. Entering the day's action, the Reds sit in 4th place in the National League Central Division, and the Pirates are at the bottom of the division. Cody Bellinger sent 2 into the seats while driving in 6 as the Dodgers nabbed the win from the Brewers 10-6. He is currently among the NL leaders in runs batted in. As of today, the Brewers are in 2nd place in the NL Central, while the Dodgers are in 1st place in the NL West. The Arizona Diamondbacks pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they bested the visiting Rockies 3-1. In the standings, the Diamondbacks sit in 4th place in the National League West, and the Rockies are 3rd in the division. The Orioles earned the 3-game series sweep as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 5-2. As of right now, the Blue Jays sit in 3rd place in the American League East Division, while the Orioles are 4th. The trade deadline has come and gone. Here's a recap of what happened on and off the field yesterday. Looking first at the NL East, Derek Dietrich had a big day offensively, collecting 3 hits and driving in 3 as the Marlins took care of Atlanta 5-4. The Red Sox finished off a 2-game sweep as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 2-0. Max Scherzer won the game, finishing a complete game 1-hitter, leading Washington to a win against the Mets 9-0. He currently has the most wins in the National League. The Chicago Cubs launched 3 home runs as they defeated the Pirates at PNC Park 7-1. The Colorado Rockies got 11 hits overall as they beat the Cardinals on the road 7-4. The Texas Rangers racked up 11 hits as a team as they got a road win against Arizona 8-3. Chase Anderson got the win, number 7 thus far, as Milwaukee took one from the Dodgers 3-2. The Padres relief pitcher, number 53, collected his first W this season, helping the Padres get the win over the Giants 5-2. The Baltimore Orioles combined for 10 hits as a team as they took down the Yankees in the Bronx 6-5. Blake Snell got the W and now has 5 this year, helping the Rays take down the Angels 10-5. Danny Duffy won his 4th game thus far as Kansas City disposed of the Chi Sox 2-1. The Cincinnati Reds smacked 15 team hits as they cruised to the win against the Tigers 10-2. The Cleveland Indians knocked out 12 hits as a team as they pulverized the Twins 8. Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. Starting off in the National League East, Alexi Amarista had a day to remember, amassing an impressive 7 RBIs at the plate, leading Philadelphia to victory over the Marlins 14-2. At the start of the day, the Marlins sit in last place in the National League East. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Phillies are third in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Atlanta Braves grabbed 13 hits in the game as they beat the visiting Red Sox 4-3. Heading into the day, the Braves sit in 4th place in the National League East division. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Red Sox are in 2nd place in the AL East, yet they currently lead the race for the American League wildcard. The Washington Nationals got 12 hits in this one as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 4-3. Entering the day's action, the Nationals sit in 1st place in the National League East division. They are more than 10 games ahead of 2nd. And the Cardinals sit in 3rd place in the National League Central division, 14.5 out of 1st. The Dodgers held their opponent to just 2 hits as they got the best of the visiting Mets 2-0. As of right now, the Dodgers are leading the National League West. They are enjoying a comfortable 6.5 game cushion. While the Mets are in 2nd place in the NL East, they're over 20 games out of first. Hernan Perez was clutch at the plate with 3 RBIs, leading the Brewers to a win over the Cubs 6-5. They now have 6 straight victories. As of today, the Brewers sit in 2nd place in the National League Central, yet they currently lead the race for the National League wildcard, while the Cubs are atop the division, 1 game ahead of 2nd. The Pirates combined for a 4-hitter as they grab the win against the visiting Reds 4-1. Heading into the day, the Pirates are in 4th place in the NL Central. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Reds are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Arizona Diamondbacks picked up 14 hits in total as they bested the visiting Padres 8-7. Entering the day's action, the Diamondbacks are in 4th place in the NL West, 12 games behind 1st place. And the Padres are at the bottom of the division, 20 games out of first. Ty Blach got the W, his 11th this season, as the Giants toppled the Rockies 6-2. As of right now, the Rockies are in 3rd place in the NL West, 10.5 back. And the Giants are 2nd in the division, but they currently hold a spot in the NL wildcard race. The Rays had 12 hits as a team as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 6-5. At the start of the day, the Blue Jays are in 3rd place in the AL East, 14.5 out of first, while the Rays are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The White Sox snapped their 5-game losing streak as they defeated the visiting Tigers 6-4. In the standings, the White Sox sit in 3rd place in the American League Central, 18 games out of first. And the Tigers are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Tribe stopped their 6-game losing streak as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 6-4. Heading into the day, the Indians are leading the Central Division, a commanding 8.5 games ahead of 2nd. And the Royals are 4th in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The New York Yankees amassed 14 hits in the game as they defeated the A's in Oakland 5-4. As of today, the A's are in 3rd place in the AL West. They're 17.5 games out of first. While the Yankees sit in 1st place in the American League East division, they have a small 1.5 game advantage over 2nd. The Orioles totaled 13 hits as a team as they bested the Mariners in Safeco Field 5-1. As of right now, the final postseason teams are jockeying for position. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the AL East, the Toronto Blue Jays got 18 hits as they defeated the visiting Angels 7-1. At the start of the day, the Blue Jays have now clinched one. Hi there, everyone. Welcome to this special postseason edition of Inside the Show. For Game 6 of the World Series, the Los Angeles Dodgers totaled 11 hits as they bested the visiting Indians, clinching the World Series championship. It has been a storybook season for them, and they will look to repeat as champions next year.